Well, welcome to another video. I'm going to try something different this week, and I'm going to try to do some infrared photography. The problem is that I still only have one body, and I don't have a new camera on the foreseeable future. I don't have my computer replaced yet, but the thought process was to do a proper conversion of my old Nikon D750. It's still my main body here, and shoot infrared, which is perfect in the summer on clear blue skies. So that's where you get the super dark sky, and the green leaves typically are really white, and then black and white conversion for that. There are filters that you can get. This is my CPL, but they go on the front, or even in a square system that go on the front, and even ones that go in between your lens. The problem with those ones, they're in the $200 area. I'll just put that towards new camera fund, but they're also about nine stops, essentially like an ND filter, in that you gotta really bump up your exposures. And the problem with that is that you're limited to long exposures in most things. So what I want to do is shoot color and then convert that in post-processing. And I've looked at a bunch of different ways, but I think I came up with my own little tweak to it. So, but now I need an image. It's nice and blue skies out with a little bit of cloud, so I'm gonna go run out and get me a shot to work with. So opening this photo in Photoshop, I see a problem already, is that we don't have a whole lot of leaves, but the leaves also aren't green. But we'll see what happens here. So I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna invert the image. And then I'm gonna convert this to black and white. And then we can adjust these hues here. So because it's reversed, it's gonna be different, or it's gonna be reversed kind of deal. But the blues you would normally draw, but the blues are affecting the green now. So yellow is gonna affect the blue. Ooh, some vignetting. This image isn't ideal for it. Probably should have shot a green tree. We lost our blue sky, so it rained a lot, which is good for A, the waterfalls, and B, the wildfire that's just outside city, so we don't need to repeat that. So I'm gonna go through the catalog and find an image that I think will be suitable for what we need to try to experiment here. So I quickly found an image that I took in Scotland, Calton Hill in Edinburgh. Put a link in the top for that video. It was a fun one. So same thing, we're gonna invert what my computer decides to think. Boom, and then we're gonna convert this to black and white. And that's a better look. So again, the colors get reversed because it's inverted. So the yellow should affect the blue. We'll bring that. And that's a pretty neat look. Again, the trunks, I'm pretty sure should be darker, but that's still a neat effect for 2 clicks in Photoshop.
So now I just need clear blue skies to go and play around with that technique with, to kind of simulate the infrared.
So it's kind of cleared off a little bit. It's a little bit windy, but we're back at that cemetery and definitely blue sky to work with. So I'm gonna go look for some other trees that I can isolate with green leaves to better show that effect, and see if we can come up with some interesting images. So I was hoping to get this guy, but we got this one here. We go nice and low, and we'll have to keep an eye on this edge here.
Along with the bark not looking correct, since it shouldn't reflect infrared light nearly as strongly as the leaves and be a little bit darker, the clouds are also an issue. In infrared photography, the clouds should reflect much more light than the blue sky, creating big white puffy clouds. Unfortunately, I'm not getting that effect with this process.
So we're in very bright conditions, and at f11 I'm still in the like 500 250 area. So again, if we were using one of the infrared filters with about 9 stops like an ND filter, we'd be in seconds exposures, and we gotta, ooh, here's a nice one. Let's look at this. Before we shoot this guy, I finished my thought there that you're in second exposures and you're not going to have like leaf definition, but it would add an interesting effect as well, like long exposure, make the trees all wee. But the flexibility is kind of what I'm looking for. Is this going to mirror exactly what you'd get with the infrared? Nope. Hopefully I'll be able to compare bang to bang with an actual one that I shot, but let's get this guy. Nice. We just gotta, there's a bench in a garbage can maybe. A little lower, boom, gone. Nice flat horizon.
So you're getting down low, you get rid of all of this, and you just isolate that tree, which I took a picture of it to identify it, because I don't know what it is. Maybe a beech tree? I don't know. Let's see if we can find another one. Or maybe this one on a different angle. Shooting through this gap here. So I can't make the angles work on that one, but that one opens up a little further back. And try one more thing. I'm going to try with a 20mm prime, using that for nice tree, and see if I can get a sunburst. So f16 on this lens makes for a nice one. I just don't know if I can get it to fit and make it framed. So I don't think that worked. I fussed and fiddled, but all the angles are wrong. So to get the starburst effect kind of within the tree, I got to be shooting and all the other trees kind of get in the way. And if I go and like isolate the tree, then I don't have the sun in the frame. So just due to the time of day and where the sun is right now, it's not working for me. So I did try to embrace kind of like the whole wider scene, but then you got all this, there's gravestones further back, and 20mm just takes in everything. So if any of them turned out, I'll fire it up here. Well, making my way back to the car. So hopefully some of those came out, but if I ever do get an infrared filter, or ideally a dedicated camera, then I'll compare these to those, because I'll be able to shoot these again. But more importantly, I found a nice tree that I can use in the future. And I think it's kind of in between sunset, sunrise, like where the sun goes down. So it could get color on both of them, but probably not as dynamic as I'd like. But I'm sure we can make a nice image with that tree in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.